Band camp is
hard,
really hot out.
tiring, pretty difficult,
Very long.
it's a lot of hours. It's tough.
It was a little tougher this year.
It's kind of hard.
It was really hard.
Very exhausting.
Really tough physically and mentally.
It's really hot.
It's hard to get through it.
Really treacherous and really hard.
You get through it.
I'm Virginia, and I'm a drum major of the Newtown High School Marching Band and Color Guard. Band Camp Week is the 2 weeks before school starts, where the band and guard come up with the music, the marching visuals, and the theme of the show. Our season, including band camp, begins in August and runs through November. That's all the time we have to prepare our show. Band camp, however, is really when we need to put together the basics of our show. Band camp is really crunch time. It's 8 to 12 in the morning working on music and 4 to 8 in the evening working on marching. Drumline has a different schedule than the rest of us. They work all day with little breaks. They work the hardest because they really keep the time for everyone in the band. It's a very difficult, hard process, but if you get through it, you will really feel that sense of accomplishment, that you've worked this hard and you've come so far and you know you're only going to go up from here. After band camp is over, we have regular practices 3 to 4 times a week and about 3 hours each practice. It's a lot of time, but it's really where we focus on improving what we already have for our show. We're a Class 4 band. There are 6 classes, 1 being the smallest and 6 the biggest. We're not quite the largest, but we're pretty large. Being Class 4 means we only compete against other Class 4 size bands. Our program is very competitive, especially after we won national championships 2 years ago at MetLife for our show Dystopia. We really want to accomplish that again, so we've overall begun to work harder as a group. Becoming a drum major is stressful. You have to try out, have an interview, write an essay, conduct an example song, and essentially prove yourself worthy. It's also really different than the previous marching band years because you don't play your instrument anymore as drum major. But I think it's worth it in the end. I would never trade the memories I've made or the things I've learned in this position for anything. Being drum major really means you're the leader of the band. You call the band to attention. You give them commands. They listen to you. You conduct and keep time so the band knows where the beat is when they play. My favorite part is the relationships you form with the rest of the band. I love to help people. It's really what makes me happy.
Yeah, guys, make sure we get some water.
Hold 12, move 12.
Kids have come to me with their personal life questions they have. I've given advice, and it makes me happy because I know they trust me, and that means I've succeeded at being a good leader.
I'm Shilin Ray, and I'm the drum major at the marching band. Well, the drum major is the link between the drum line, which keeps the time, and the rest of the band. So we essentially watch the drum line and make sure with our conducting that the rest of the band is in time. And that's specifically on the field, but off the field, during practices, during sectionals, we're essentially the link between the staff and the rest of the band, helping communicate things that the staff wants and keeping like a positive message going through the band. Just to be able to be in a better position to help people and lead people, and also it's kind of, I've had these huge role models when I was a freshman and a sophomore and a junior, and just to kind of emulate them and try and do what they did for me for other kids is just a good thing to do.
Harrison, and I am the backfield major / conductor. I basically stand back there when the band has to turn around and look at my arms to keep time, and I also work the Met so that they're able to hear and keep time when we're in practice. So I feel like it's fun. I see myself as kind of a natural leader. I like leading people, and I try to be like, you know, fair, and I try to be nice to everyone. And I just feel like I've seen people in the past like not be as good at it, and I feel like I wanted to be like the person to like set that straight and put like a good name to like majors.
The woodwind captain is in charge of all the woodwind instruments, the flute, clarinet, alto, and tenor sax. And I help them like learn their music as well as my own section, as well as help lead warm-ups. I play piccolo, which is basically just a tinier version of the flute. It was really hard to play at first, but I got used to it, so I've been playing piccolo for like the past 7 years, and it's been pretty nice. One more time. So the second is 4. Yes. I just heard 4 and 6. Which one? 1, 7, 8. 1 and 2. Before I was woodwind captain, I was section leader for 2 years, and I enjoyed working with like the flute section, so I thought it would be a good idea to maybe try to be woodwind captain and get the role, and it worked out. So now I'm captain, and so far this year I really enjoy being captain, and I enjoy working with a wider range of people with a bunch of different instruments. 1, 2.
I'm Tyler Hell, and I'm the clarinet section leader.
So what is section leader?
It's a student leadership position where we have to mentor some of the younger kids, you know, control some of the older kids too. We really got to unite everyone in the section, and then on the field we really got to work and help everyone really create the show together. I decided I was going to join band 5 years ago. You know, I love band, that's what I did. And I've never regretted that decision, especially joining as early as 8th grade. I've loved it. You know, this is where I met all my friends. It's really where I have a place in the school.
So that's actually not that bad. No, if we can play it at 200, we can play 1, 2, 3, 4.
My name's Connor Vignola for the trumpet, so I'm the brass captain here. So basically, of the 4 sections of brass, I'm in charge of all of the section leaders, and I make sure that everything runs smoothly between the 4 sections and as a whole for the brass. I finally have the opportunity to teach a lot of people how the mechanics of marching band work, and how to get new people involved in the program, and how to make sure everything flows smoothly between the brass. And I think having that all together, enveloped into one leadership role, really helps to solidify how the leadership of the band can be influenced by a variety of people, and influence how the band can be better as a whole.
Hi, I'm Dylan Diaspro, and I'm a trombone section leader.
The section leaders are the people who are supposed to be the role models and support the band, bring up morale, stay peppy. They need to at least know a decent amount about their instrument, be able to help the younger kids get better. I really like it when I have section leaders and people who do make it fun and get work done. You get better at your instrument, which is always a plus, and you just get to play your instrument in a fun environment with fun people. Yeah, and sometimes you just like win national championships, which is cool too.
I play marimba in the front ensemble.
What does being a section leader mean to you?
It means leading my section and being a good friend to every single one of the people in my section and in the program. Help them learn their music, play their music well, and help them get through the performances in a good way. A lot of the time, certain sections just work all the time or don't work any of the time, and it kind of just leads to a bad environment for the students that want to play music or the students that want to just chill. So it's good to find a good balance.
First you have the marimbas, the best instrument. They make a cool sound that resonates a little but not a lot. It's a xylophone but less articulate. Then you have the xylophone, which is more articulate than the marimba, and it makes a sharper sound. It's normally louder and brighter than the marimba. Then you also have the vibraphone, which has a pedal on it, and that pedal can be used to suspend the bars in the air so they resonate for pretty much as long as you want. And then you can lift the pedal again to mute the bars. It's normally made out of metal instead of wood like the xylophone and marimba are. And then you have the synthesizers. They're pianos, and they make sound effects, and they play voiceovers too. And they can play like string sound and stuff, and they run off a laptop. Then you have the auxiliary instruments. So that's stuff like the gong, the concert bass drum, the cymbals, the wind chimes, the chimes, all that fun stuff.
I'm currently one of the percussion instructors at Newtown, and I teach front ensemble, and I also specialize in snare drum as well. The cool thing about the pit is they're still considered percussion, but what they do is they give a sense of life and harmony to the actual percussion rather than just rhythm and aggression. So pulsing is basically, if you're in a marching ensemble and you're in the front ensemble, it basically is just a way for the whole ensemble to keep time together without communicating verbally. So we just move our bodies together. So when we're playing and there are people who aren't playing around us, so let's say like the brass and the battery aren't playing behind them, they'll use pulsing so that they're able to just play together alone.
I'm Taylor Ann, and I am a bass drum tech here at Newtown Marching Band. We are the ones that keep time because number one, we're the loudest, and number two, because we are kind of in the middle of everything. So we produce the most sound from the front of the field to the back of the field. We're kind of like a common listening point. And because we are the ones who produce the sound that's the loudest, our feet are the tempo givers, the physical metronome for the drum majors who will relay it back to the rest of the marching band. There's the tenor drums, and they are a series of 5 or 6 drums that make different pitches, and they kind of add like some melody into the drum line.
All these paradiddles, we just need to open on the first 3 notes.
We've got the snares, which kind of provide sound and rhythm. Those are going to be a very flat single drum. And then we've got the basses, and there's usually 5 or 6, and they're all pitched differently. Each person has their own pitch, and they provide melody and harmony as well. Bass drum 5 is the loudest instrument on the field, and it provides the most impact both in the music and outside the music. So when you need a strong beat to kind of listen to, you always refer down to the bass drums. I always like to say that it's the battery of the battery.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Battery is technically French for drum, so that's kind of like its origin, but if you think about it in kind of like the terms, we're like the Energizer Bunny of the band. We always give the tempo and always make sure everybody's in time.
My name is Grace McKinley. I am the caption head, so like the main program director for the Color Guard program here at Newtown High School. I think one of the most interesting things is just all of the friendships and like that family aspect that the Guard kind of gives. I was in the program when I was in high school, and to this day I still have friends that like I am very close with, that I know I can turn to, and I definitely wouldn't have become as close if we didn't spend literally every moment of our life together. So it's definitely something that I just hold very near and dear to my heart, and that I hope that I can give to the kids that are in it now. One of the biggest things is, and one of my favorite things honestly, is getting to listen to the band and then see like the music come to life through the Color Guard. It is like, it gives me chills even just thinking about it. Like the big band hits, like everyone's just standing there playing their heart out, and like you see all this color and all of this like performance quality coming from the Color Guard. It just brings like a new life to this wonderful music that the band is providing.
My name is Maura McKinley. I'm the head captain for the Color Guard. I have 2 other captains, but I was captain last year, and so now I'm the head captain. During band camp, we're here from 7:45 in the morning to 12, and then again from 3:45 to 8, or from 4:45 to 9. It just depends on who has the field. Well, to me, my main focus is making sure my team is happy and having a good time, because that's what they're here for. Like this is something they chose to do, that they want to do. So for me, to help them have the most enjoyable time is really important. In addition to that, I help them like learning the work, teaching new skills, and just overall helping with Guard things and personal life. A lot of girls will come to me about school problems, friend problems, and it is nice because I'm the youngest in my family, and now I have all these younger sisters. So it's that one big family aspect, and that's like really important to me, is that we're all having a good time together. I have been a part of this program since 2012. The reason I joined was the idea of performing without having to like sing, so I can't sing. Was just really exciting for me. So that's definitely my favorite part, is like performing different characters and just being able to like put on a show for people.
I joined the Guard in like 5th grade because like my friend wanted me to do it, and I thought it would be really fun and cool to get like some exercise while doing something that I was like kind of passionate about, and like I didn't know a lot about it, so I think it would be cool to like learn something new and stuff.
In terms of Color Guard equipment, we usually have 3 pieces. You'll have a flag, a rifle, and a saber. So the flag is there to just kind of give that burst of color and to give almost a like emotional color to it. So for example, in this first song, it's really intense. So right now our flags are red, and then when it actually comes to show season, they'll be like an orangey color. Our rifles are there to kind of give a little bit more of the intensity. You can move a rifle a lot faster because it's a smaller piece of equipment. So for example, during one of those Woodwind runs, when they're all in the circle, they're able to do like these crazy twists and turns with it, which the flag isn't able to do just because it's so big. So it kind of gives you more of an ability to play around with the music, because you can actually follow along with it a little bit better when it's a rifle. Our ballad, it's our saber kind of feature, and with the saber, since it's such a slender piece of equipment, it's usually a little bit more delicate, And so we usually use it for something that's a little bit softer, a little more elegant to use, because with the way that you like move it around, your body kind of is really exposed, so you have to be elegant as you move your saber. So it kind of gives a bit of a softer feel, and you're able to portray like a bit more of like a sadness or kind of like a melancholy type performance to it.
I hope there's like music over it. Hey, that's exposed.
The second week of band camp is really when things grow hectic, especially for the parents. They need to make sure every band member is fully prepared for the beginning of the season, and the only time for that is during band camp. Every band member needs to find a uniform into which they can comfortably fit and move around.
Okay, let's go for one. Okay, in that case, also try. I heard you say that 140. The sleeves are too long. We gotta fix that. Now, 50. Tell her if like you said.
Yeah, there we go.
50. You tell me if this fits better. Is it smaller? It looks better. It doesn't look as big as the last one.
The uniforms are basically to help with the unity of the school, so they have a school identity. It's also to unify all of the band members together, and they are to make them look professional on the field, and for them to perform in them. I would say it's hard. I would probably say that there's a lot of logistical steps that you need to take to make sure that every child has the right uniform, to make sure that the measurements are correct, to make sure that they try it on properly, that they're comfortable in it, and then basically the team work together, all of us work together to be able to go through the process so that logistically everything gets done.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm Kurt Eckhart, and I am the Director of Bands here at Newtown High School. My main instrument is the trombone. However, I do play euphonium, which is similar to the trombone, only with valves. I can play some trumpet. I actually can play all the instruments, all the wind instruments to a certain extent, even some of the drums, because as a music major who's studying to be a music teacher, you have to be knowledgeable, and they do train you to play all the instruments to a certain extent. My favorite part of the band program, that's tough, but I think if I had to narrow it down to just one thing, is to see kids achieve and grow. When I see them come in here as freshmen or 8th graders, whenever they start the program, you remember them as being these very shy, very tentative, very scared kids. And when you see them leaving as seniors, they're very accomplished. They've done incredible things on their instrument, but you've seen them grown as people too. They become confident, and they become socially more comfortable, and they just mature into very skilled, confident people. There's a lot of satisfaction that goes into that, seeing that develop. You know, even though I'm the band director here, I kind of feel like the way we run this program is not so much like I'm the CEO of the company. It's more of a collaborative thing between all the different staff people. And we have such great staff people, who started with Mr. Carley, the assistant band director, who I couldn't do without. And all our percussion staff, our color guard staff, people who work out in the field as techs, in the visual part of it. We all talk to each other about how we're going to best run this program. So we collaborate to do it, and we also collaborate with students. Students have an input in the program too, so it's like a big team effort. Of course, there are times where I have to make decisions, but I almost never make them by myself.
I always am conversing and communicating with staff people so that we are mostly in agreement of how we're going to run this program. We participate in competitions every weekend, mostly through the U.S. Bands, which is a division of youth education and the arts. And so typically it will be held at some high school that is in our general area. Sometimes we go out and do competitions a little further away, like this year we're going to play at the Naval Marine Corps Stadium down in Annapolis. This is for a regional event. So we are competitive, and on the other hand, though, the main push of the program is just to have kids enjoy working together on something that promotes the achievement of excellence. When all is said and done, if kids put on a great show and learn to work together as teammates and learn to live together as human beings, being tolerant and supportive and all that stuff, then I think we've offered a really valuable experience to our kids here in Newtown. Our show is entitled Life Sentence. We started with listening to music we thought would really be good to play, and then we had to figure out what kind of theme should we put with this. So the music is basically very dark. It's really good music, but it's very dark. Maybe we've all thought of how terrible it would be to be convicted of a crime that you didn't do, especially if you're convicted and you're sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. So the storyline and the theme is basically about that, about somebody who's been convicted and is in prison and is not going to get out. Very happy show this year.
I'm Chris Carley. I'm the assistant director of the marching band. I do a lot of administrative work, so I handle stuff with paperwork. I work with Mr. Eckhart, the band director, in helping to make decisions. I do a lot of interaction between and communication between parents and staff and student leaders, and so those are mostly my main roles. My favorite part about the marching band is I really enjoy getting to interact with students. I'm a chemistry and engineering teacher at the high school, and so I see them in a classroom capacity in science education. But this is a very different activity where I get to see them in this role of the marching band, where they're combining music and physical activity together. It also lets me interact with students that I wouldn't normally see, so this gives me a wider variety of students that I get to work with. I was a trumpet player in high school and college. I got into marching band. I marched for 4 years in high school here at Newtown High School many years ago, and then I marched again in college for 4 years up at UConn, so even though I'm very science focused, I love marching band, and so it's just been something I've done for a very long time, and just one more reason why I got into doing instruction for it.
Perfect.
all you're doing is rising up on 1, 2. So open feet, flat back, listening to our music and our color guard friends, counting. Form 1, 2. 1. Hold 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, third, 4, fifth, 6, and then we'll...
My name is Ricky Grasso. I'm the head of the visual program here for the Newtown High School band program. I'm the head of the design as well. So a lot of our shows are very emotional. They tell some kind of story, and it normally ranges from 7 to 10 minutes long. The story's told, and how that story is enhanced visually is we do kind of interpretive body phrases that really match what we're being asked to do. So for example, if we're in jail, you feel like you're behind a box, you're behind a box kind of thing. And there's a bunch of, that's just an example. There are many other things where we act like we're behind a bar or whatever it is. All these interpretive movements really enhance our score and enhance the show in general, and just the effect of the entire program kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, look at Annie and Luke and just try that with your horn if you can. Tubas, we can leave our horn and then pick it up after we roll through or something.
So I work a 9-to-5 job outside of here, but I spend all my free time kind of organizing for the band program, whether it's designing the show itself or writing body phrases or doing administrative budget work. I do it because I love the band program. It's where I'm from. I've been involved with this program for 13 years. I came back as an instructor because I marched professionally, and I wanted to kind of teach my town and my kids how you do things. So I just came back year after year just to kind of build and grow the program and make it as best as it can be. I felt like I got all this wealth of knowledge, and I felt like I had to share it with somebody, and why not, my own town. So it means a lot to me to be here and to be able to, teach these kids and be here when they kind of need, an adult figure during kind of a rough, high school can be really rough. So it's really cool to be there for kids who aren't the most confident, and by the end they have friends, they're full of confidence, and it's really special. So I love that as well.
Friday night under the lights is the final evening of band camp, where the members show their parents and band staff what they've accomplished over the past 2 weeks. For our show this year, we've gotten 2.5 movements ready. That's pretty good progress for only 2 weeks. You get to see your accomplishment and realize what you've really been doing over the past 2 weeks. It's not just boring, it's not just busting your butt, it's really coming up with something that you've done together as a group, and knowing that it can only go up from here. You've worked so hard, and it's really paid off. You haven't done this for nothing.
Alright, listen. Guys, I'm just going to be very quick because it's all stuff that I've said to you before, but you just need to hear it before you go on the field. Look. Look. Today is August 23rd. Today is the start of our journey together. And no matter what the hell happens in the next 3 months, I am so disgustingly proud of the past 2 weeks and all the hard work that you've put in. Okay, I'm very blunt, sorry. But look, I just gotta say that I've been with this program for 13 years now. And every year, it's the same exact story. It's a bunch of kids getting together, doing the damn thing, and trying their hardest, and working together to achieve something greater than themselves. And it's something that in the real world is not experienced every day. And you are not to take that for granted. And it's something that you're not gonna realize until you're out of it. And you just need to trust me on that. So tonight when we go in front of people, I don't want you to get scared. I don't want you to think you can't do it. Whatever it is, you count through it, you fight through it, you smile through it, you do what you gotta do because you are Newtown. And you've done that every freaking day. And you're all badasses. And I love the crap out of you. Does that sound good, guys? Yeah! I just want to have an awesome show together. And you know what? Today is the start of our journey together. And it's gonna be a great 3 months.
Our show this year has 3 movements. The first part is where our character laments about being falsely accused for a life sentence. Our second movement, the ballad, is when he looks back on all of the good times in life. In his dreams, he is free. But our final movement is when he wakes up again and realizes there is no escape in reality. It's a sad show, but it's crucial that we all show emotion while we perform. It's not just about the music and the marching, it's the acting. We need to get the solemn, sad vibe of the show this year across to the audience. We really need to give the audience a true feeling of what the show is really about.
Hello. Okay, hi everybody. Guys, welcome. Welcome to our Friday night under the lights. My name is Ricky Grasso. I'm the visual director here and head of overall design. This is my 13th year with the program. I'm super excited to be here. I just have to tell you, it's such a pleasure to stand in front of your kids every day. I mean, they're just the best kind of kids that you want in a program. They work so hard. And I mean, you've been here chopping them off every day. They've been here for 2 weeks, literally 8 to 9 to 12 hours a day. So I'd like to present our program, Life Sentence. Tonight you're going to see probably the roughest sketch of our show. We don't have our full voiceover voice. Some of the props are still being worked on, as you can tell, and we don't have our full show on the field. But the kids did learn an overwhelming 42 sets and a bunch of body choreography, with flag work, saber work, and all percussion parts as well. So we are really excited to debut our program, Life Sentence, and Newtown High School, you may now take the field in Class 4 Open Exhibition.
everybody. Thanks for coming tonight. My name is Kurt Eckhart. I'm the band director here at Newtown High School. And I echo the sentiments that Ricky had told you. It was just, 2 weeks went by just like that. At least for me it did. I don't know for these kids. Giving up their 2 weeks of vacation before school starts to do this. But they worked, and they worked hard, and the amazing amount of progress. So we just started that third movement you saw here without music. And we'll have this, we're going to start working Monday night on putting the music with that. Wait till the finished product is. We're all the staff, and I believe the kids too, are all very pumped up by how far we've come so far and what the potential of this show is.
Bandcamp is pretty fun. Absolutely worth every minute of it. It's super awesome. It's all beneficial.
Worth it for the rest of the season.
Makes you feel good about all of the progress that you made.
You kind of realize how much of the show you have together.
You realize that it paid off a lot.
You get so much better than you started.
My favorite part of the season.
Band camp really is so difficult, but it's okay because the memories you make and have to keep forever are totally worth it. And it's fun to look back and see how far we've come. Changes are made every week. So if you want to see how much we've improved, you'll just have to come see our show.